Mmule Tribe.
Mmule Tribe.
And
So
sorry,
nice
can
to
we
meet
just
you.
raise a
Yes.
point? This is without a doubt the most fabulously dressed guest
Thank you
we
very
have had on the
much.
show today.
Always.
Yeah,
Even in the kitchen,
I love
darling.
the look. Yeah.
We have a permanent chuckles on
There we
set
go.
here, but we're not allowed to touch them.
Really?
No.
I'll speak to the manager.
Please do.
Thank you.
Send them a stern email.
I'd run home and just watch Nigella. Oh, no, this is delicious. And I'm like, yes, girl. Give me more of that.
Because I was like, you and Nigella have that in common. It's glam.
I think,
with
yeah.
great recipes.
100%.
Hello and welcome back to What's the Difference, a Woolies podcast. My name is Sibongile Mafu. I am a radio presenter, an MC, a content creator, and a podcast host. I'm with my fellow podcast host, Steve Steinfeld.
You are indeed a podcast host, Sims. I'm Steve Steinfeld, a food critic and restaurant writer. And this is the podcast where we talk to incredible people about the differences that make them who they are.
And a common theme for the podcast is our love for food.
Our love for food. How has your week been? What have you been eating?
I've been hyper obsessed with salads,
Me too.
but like different combos.
Yes.
I'm trying to
That Woolies leafy green owl.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Hates to see me coming.
I know, right?
But I'm literally trying so many different combos at the moment. Yeah. And you?
I've been I went to Nobu the other day.
Okay, stop it. What were you doing at Nobu, Steve?
Nobu was actually here. It was quite cool.
Okay.
But he does this spinach salad, which he does with a beautiful truffle olive oil dressing. That he does this dried miso crumble on top. It is unbelievable.
Okay, you are in the advanced salad class and I'm in the beginner salad class. I will meet you where you are soon. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. We will get you there.
Yeah.
But speaking of cooking amazing things.
Yes, we've got someone who would love this conversation and we need to bring them in. They are literally everywhere. Cookbook author, talking food on television, talking food, creating recipes online.
They have their own tribe,
Really?
is what I believe.
And it is my great pleasure to say Mmule Tribe to Mmule Setati.
Hello.
How are you?
Mmule Tribe.
Mmule Tribe.
And
So
sorry,
nice
can
to
we
meet
just
you.
raise a point? This is without a doubt the most fabulously dressed guest
Thank you
we
very
have had on the show today.
Everything.
Always. Even
Yeah,
in the
I
kitchen,
love
darling.
the look. Yeah.
I mean, I love the fact that you make cooking look so beautiful. I love watching your videos and I love learning so many new recipes through you. But let's take it back to the beginning. Who are you and essentially, why are you in this chair? Because, bam, you're
very
booked
hot
and
chair.
busy.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
I'm Mmule, not Feed My Tribe.
That is not your government name.
That is not my government name. And I'm the curator of Feed My Tribe. I started this community, I think 6 years ago, when I traveled to Croatia.
Was it a solo trip or
It
with
was
the gals
honeymoon.
or with someone special?
It was a honeymoon.
Nice.
Traveled to Croatia, got to Dubrovnik, and the first thing we tasted in Dubrovnik was a seafood risotto. And I said, excuse me? What do you mean? All the ingredients were so fresh, they were so delicious. And I was like, I have to document this. And I opened a food page. And before opening, I was like, what can I name this thing? I don't want it to be associated to Mmule.
Right.
So I was like, Mmule's Meals. Then I was like, no, it's going to be associated to my name. And then Feasting. And I was like, okay, it doesn't make sense. And I was like, hey, Feed My Tribe, because it's essentially what I was trying to do. So for years, my friends would come to the house, taste different recipes and ask me to share them. So I opened this page called Feed My Tribe, started sharing recipes, which I was sharing with friends as an everyday thing, come back home, make a meal, post it on Instagram. Didn't think it was a thing.
Yeah. We have similar journeys and how we
Right.
started. I also just started
Reviewing
posting about
restaurants,
random
right?
restaurants. But Sibs,
And
all
then
this
it
talk
caught
of
on.
food
Yeah,
is making me hungry.
Let's feed you.
Let's snack.
Oh,
Ooh.
I almost created a
Mess.
disaster there.
Let's snack and
Yes. So we've got the Chuckles bar as
Thank
well.
you. Delicious.
And
Are you a Chuckles fan?
I am.
I mean, it's the safest question to ask any guest.
Remember
I
the
mean,
one year they had a Chuckles bar
Yeah.
and then they gave us console jars. at
Full of
Woolies.
chuckles.
Full of chuckles.
Oh gosh, my dream.
Oh, was this a Woolies Christmas
It
situation?
was a Woolies Christmas
Okay.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
we have a permanent chuckles on
There we
set here,
go.
but we're not allowed to touch them.
Really?
No.
I'll speak to the manager.
Please do.
Thank you.
Send them a stern email. We also have our olive straws,
Yeah,
I think
looks
they're
like some
called.
olive-
Yes.
Yeah, olive straws.
Yeah. So you're more than welcome to
So let's
snack
start. Are
and
we
yap.
starting sweet or savory? How do you guys like it?
I like the combo.
Really?
Oh,
Let's try it.
that's a bold
You know, when you go
move.
to the movies and
Yeah.
you have, you know, the Smarties and
Smarties
the
and the
popcorn.
popcorn.
I'm
That's my
gonna
vibe.
straight
Cheers, guys.
for
Cheers. Cheers. Mmule.
Cheers.
Okay. This may be really good or really not so good. Actually,
What's the thing?
it's okay.
It's like a Nutella sandwich.
Yes. Did we invent something?
I think you just
We
did.
did. A big food trend at the moment is sweet and savory or sweet and spicy. Showing
I
up
love
a lot
it.
lately.
I love a savory plate, and I love different things on a plate. When
Yeah.
you are developing a recipe, do you dream it or do you like it came to me in a dream?
She's absolutely right. I do. So most of my recipes are either research-based. I love watching cooking shows. Started out as a kid. I wouldn't watch cartoons. I'd watch Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
I was about to say, are you
Nigella.
on the Food Network? Huh? Barefoot
I'd
Contessa.
run home and just watch Nigella. Oh, this is delicious. And I'm like, yes, girl. Give me more of that.
Golden, glimmering, golden.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know, with the cleavage. I was like, yes.
Because I was like, you and Nigella have that in common. It's glam.
I think,
with
yeah.
great recipes.
100%.
Yeah.
So it really does come to me. It's one of those things where I'll sit and like we have a food combination now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll be like, oh, actually, whatever it is that we ate today, I'll come up with a combination.
Olive and chocolate, that could work.
100%.
Yeah.
And who are your
But I
guinea
don't eat
pigs?
olives.
You don't eat olives?
No one should.
Well, I mean,
What
unless
about
the
in a-
olives are kind
yeah.
of hidden away.
Or in a martini.
Yeah. And when you are testing out your recipes, who's your guinea pig?
My kids.
Oh.
Aww. Yeah,
No
but
martinis.
look, let me tell you the truth. They're usually like,
I don't know.
where are the noodles? Are you done?
Like, can
have some
we
2-minute
just
noodles.
get like regular kid food now, Mom? Yeah.
No, but they are my guinea pigs. They usually test out all of my recipes and they love them. So they are literally foodies. I'm creating monsters, essentially. They're going to be guys who are very hard to please. So their palate has advanced and I'm scared to see what they'll be like as adults. I think they'll be like you, sir. Very hard to please.
You proudly call yourself a food snob, but you know the community you've built. It's far from snobbish, Mmule. The irony is you literally make it so accessible and fun. So when you call yourself a food snob, what do you actually mean?
Look, there's certain things I'm not willing to compromise on. Like, I think if we're talking about salads, I'm going to have the salad at Nobu, okay? Like, there's certain things I'm just like, yo, guys, good for you that, like, you're fine with eating meat in a can. I'm just not going to.
Are you not eating the sardines from the can?
Do you want us to fight?
Hey?
Because we're talking about sardines. It's a very personal subject
They're
right
making
now.
a resurgence. Canned fish is
Yeah.
big at the
Canned fish is a
moment.
big thing. The tribe has finished all the canned fish at Woolies. Do we not know this?
Hello, your bagel,
Do we-
cottage cheese,
100%.
chili crunch.
Oh,
Hey, I've seen it.
the best thing.
Yeah.
So you're the reason we can't find the sardines on shelves. Tell us a little bit about your favorite sardine recipes then.
Stop.
Are you not going to be
So
able
many.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you
Yeah.
two.
Okay.
So I'll give you the pasta version,
Okay.
and then we'll do like a bagel one. So the pasta version is the smoked canned sardines from Woolies that are sold out. Those ones.
We know people will get to
see.
head office.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So that you put that in the air fryer and let them grill. So you take the sardines, decant them into a oven-proof dish, put some chili in there, like fresh, full chili, whether it's red, green, whatever your vibe is, and some garlic. Put it into the air fryer for about 15 minutes so that the garlic is nice and soft, the sardines are nice and roasted, and then the chili is also nice and roasted. Take all of that, make your pasta, fresh fettuccine, take your pasta out, take the sardines, put them in the pan with that oil. So the oil from the sardines, put them into a pan, chop up your garlic, chop up your chili, take some tomatoes. You can roast the tomatoes along with the sardines. Take tomatoes, exactly, just so that you've got that beautiful burst of flavor in them. Pop them into the pan. So you've got a beautiful Mediterranean sardine pasta. Take the pasta, put it into the pan, take some pasta water to loosen it, Parmesan shavings, and you've got this beautiful Mediterranean sardine pasta that is just delicious. Some pepper.
The way you talk about sardines, like it's poetry.
No, it really is. And then just squeeze over some lemon just to brighten it up and get that freshness in. That's my favorite, pasta.
So easy.
It's so easy.
I'm a big fan of easy recipes.
Oh, you could.
Yeah.
And the bagel one is
the bagel one is
fantastic.
Wait, fill me in on the tea on this bagel one.
The bagel one.
Out somewhere along the
so
way
people
here.
were struggling to get the taste of sardines. I think sort of acclimatized to it. So I took a bagel, some cream cheese on it. And then you take the actual sardines, chop them up quite nicely, take the Woolies crunch, so the chili crisp crunch, put it on top there.
This paprika one or the normal one?
No, the normal one. Okay. The normal one. And then you take some feta, finish it off with some feta, some lemon juice, black pepper.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
It's a good breaky, good lunch as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna try out this week.
Absolutely.
Very good.
And I mean, you conceptualize fantastic recipes, but you are everywhere. I mean, I spoke about, with your cookbook, being on TV, cooking on television, Ready, Steady, Cook, and also being online. Yeah. Is there a medium that you prefer, or maybe you would not be able to live without? Because you are literally telling food stories everywhere.
Multi-hyphenated.
I think definitely the Instagram community that I've sort of honed and created. I share a lot of other deeper stuff that I don't on TikTok, because TikTok is a very fast medium. Yeah. Like, people are...
Give us the recipe, love.
Give us the recipe and keep it moving. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Whereas on Instagram, we've literally been together from...
Well, it's your tribe.
6 years ago. It's my tribe, right? So that medium for me is one of the most important. We wake up, we pray. I've built a community of women that I can't take away. And men, there are people who come to cooking classes that I have who are men, and they're just like, I love cooking. I literally just want to learn how to do it and perfect it. I follow your page strictly for that. Women who, I understand now that Feed My Tribe is not just a recipe medium or a page to find recipes, but it's become a community for nurturing. The sardines thing started as, how do I get my skin to look better?
I was about to
understand?
Say, yeah. Food as skincare. Yeah.
And that's, Feed My Tribe has become that. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm feeling a bit off, or someone will say, I've got something that I'm suffering with, and I go back, I'm like, okay, how do we fix this through food? And that's what food is for me. Food is healing. Food is a sense of community. When you talk about how do we get back to sitting on a table and conversing, food becomes the center.
Sure.
Yeah, it becomes that holding glue when we come together. So for me, Instagram is one of those where I hope my specific page never changes and my community never changes, because I think people think Instagram is dead. It's so boring. It's so, very photos and you're out. But for me, the community that I've built and the stuff that we talk about, it's hilarious. Every day is, it's very interesting.
It's such a beautiful example of authenticity in content creation.
And vulnerability.
A lot of vulnerability.
I think there's so many characters and there's so many, people who put on this facade of who they are, and that isn't authentic. And I think people are now more than ever seeking comfort. They're seeking familiarity, and they want realness.
Yes.
And I think what's so beautiful is that, it sounds like everything you do is real. And
I think it also maybe makes it easier for you, even on the harder days, when you have to show up online, because you merge the personal with the professional. I mean, this is also your work, but you care deeply for the people that consume your work. How do you keep showing up?
Sure. I think it's that. I understand that. I think there was a spiritual teacher once taught me, and he's like, when you're on a journey, or when you're put in a position to teach people certain spiritual things, you have to go through it first before someone else goes through it, so that when you're on the other side, you're able to explain something and speak from experience instead of just, touching on it like, I think I know what you're going through, but, you'll be okay. Instead, I speak from a place of, I've actually been there and I can help you through it. So a lot of the stuff that I go through, even if it's, I think personal life, I try and keep personal, but when it's stuff that I can share, that I know the next person would benefit from it, like now, I'm talking about PCOS. I'm like, hey guys, I don't know what's going on with my body.
Right.
It's changing.
Are you incorporating it into
Now
your
I'm like,
content?
let's go together. We're on this
Sure.
journey together. Okay, I've got PCOS. All right, what does this mean? This is what it means. How
Have
we
you had to change how you eat and
We're changing how
you
we're
approach
eating. The tribe is in on
kitchen?
it, you know. We're all in it together. And they're like, hey, and I've had like hundreds of women come up and they're like, hey, by the way, I'm here. So now I'm like, oh, okay. I'm building a different community now. Then we all come together and we're on a journey together. And I'm like, certain things need food. Food is your base, right? Because everything starts in the gut. So I'm like, cool, we're going to change our diet. We're going to work through certain things. And now we're doing it together. So every single day I document. If I'm not feeling well, if I'm feeling a certain thing, I speak on it in a way that is also, there's a boundary to it for me that I'm comfortable with, but also I can share with people that, hey, this is what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And this is how the food you're going to see that I post will change, you know, and if you do have PCOS, let's go on the journey together. So that's how I think on days where I don't feel like showing up, I'm like, actually, this could benefit someone.
Right.
That's so interesting. And there's so much conversation happening around that and like biological age and gut health and inflammation.
Yeah.
And there's this, have you heard about this 35 plants in a week is what you should be eating apparently?
35.
35 different types of plants in a week. Is
Give
what
it to
you
me in a
should be eating.
smoothie.
There we go.
Put it in the blender. Okay, so what are we having? We're having...
Or we're going to do that whole aisle, you know, that whole Woolworths aisle.
Right.
Or the rocket, or the spinach, or the legumes.
There'll be nothing left on the shelves.
Exactly.
shelves,
That's the goal, Sims.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But then you're obviously a self-taught chef.
Yes.
I mean, this is incredible, just built from the...
Tell us about the early days, the
trip.
flops.
What happened after that trip to Croatia?
Because I'm sure it wasn't all perfect.
I
when
still
you
have those
came
Instagram
online.
videos up. I haven't
Never
deleted
delete them.
No, go back and see the flops.
Yeah.
So I'm never deleting. But it was literally just myself cooking for my family. Hey guys, what's for dinner? And sharing that journey. So the flops were literally just either not knowing how to cook a certain thing and going through it together. But I think when something is meant for you and it's your purpose, a lot of things will align. Like it'll be very difficult for you to not get it right. So I do a lot of research on food. The one thing I don't like that's food related is baking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I used to like it when I was a kid.
Really?
So I don't know why as an adult.
Well, it's super interesting. Marco Pierre White says, cooking is a philosophy, but baking is a science.
It is.
So maybe
And it
you're
needs
just more
patience.
philosophical than
Maybe more of an
scientific.
artist.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it needs patience. And right now with the 6 and 10-year-old,
It's lifestyle.
so they do the baking.
They make the mess.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I need muffins.
Yeah.
Get in the factory.
I'm glad you spoke about purpose because obviously so many of your people, your tribe, found you at the beginning of this journey and have seen your brand grow. You become so successful. Trying to remain grounded in all of that, has that been difficult?
No.
Why are you not responding to my messages?
No, it hasn't. I think because of that, I try and keep track of most people who message. And also it's, I don't know, you know, the part that you took, the success, and there's no,
It's a tough question to answer
It's a
because,
tough question.
I mean, essentially, all of these incredible people have made your life what it is now, you
Yes.
know? And I find myself also navigating that space where people who have followed me online and saw when I was, you know, living with crackers and sharing that I was having water.
Now she's in Japan.
You know, now we're
Eating
having
wine.
sushi in Japan, and they're like, girl.
3 to 5 business days to get a reply to my ads.
Exactly. And I think, I mean, as much as people celebrate that success, I can see also how it can be isolating in many ways.
Very.
You know, and trying to figure out how to navigate that and still remaining authentic to your experience.
True. I think that part is still okay because, like I said, I have cooking classes, so people we have face-to-face interaction.
Access to you.
Luckily, yeah. So we have access, and even in the conversations that we have, you guys, you should see the questions that I get in my DMs that I have to answer. I'll post them and be like, "But you guys, really? Is this where we are?" But I think
Is it food related? I hope it's food related.
Oh,
not will you marry me?
We've passed that like phase where it feels as if, oh, okay, because I knew it 6 years ago, maybe now I wouldn't be able to relate. They still relate on many levels. I think the most difficult part is, for me that I struggle with is privacy right now on social media.
Sure.
Which is always my gripe. I don't understand why people don't give certain people grace in terms of your privacy and things that you're not willing to share in public. I think for me, that's the only thing. So if you decide my kids are private and they're not part of this, keep them as that. If you decide your relationship is private, I don't want it to be part of it. There's certain people who just don't have those boundaries. And for me, that's where it becomes difficult. Other than that, the community, guys, whenever I go out, like, hey, oh, good seeing you. By the way, my husband lost weeks and they just, okay, all right. Yeah, so please help. Okay, all right. I didn't know that we were.
But again, testament to the intimacy you've built.
We are fully intimate, okay?
Well, speaking of blurring the lines between personal and professional, I'm going to invite a good friend of mine and a Woolworths guest to the table.
All right.
Welcome, Scott Parker.
Step right in.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I have a gift for you.
Ooh.
Hi.
The Woolies gift bag has
Good
arrived.
to see you.
Good seeing you again. Thank you so much. Are there sardines in here?
Well, listen, I'm sorry I'm late, firstly. I was running to the shop. I thought I'd buy you a little gift. I hear you like some sardines.
Look at that.
So,
That's impressive.
Woolies.
from me to you, with love.
The difference.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hello. You look
How are you doing?
beautiful, Steve.
Thank you,
That
nice to meet
T-shirt
you.
really brings out your eyes.
Scott,
As
such
you
a
knew.
charmer.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
Haven't seen you doing box jumps in a while.
No, I've been out, been injured. Yeah, so.
Okay, I need to add context to this conversation. First of all, you and Steve know each other in the real world.
Yes,
You
outside
are
of this,
Outside
CrossFit
of our fake
buddies.
kitchen.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
CrossFit buddies.
We're part of the cult.
We're part of the cult. Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised you're not doing high
High
rocks.
No.
It's
So I heard that High Rock stands for hybrid rockstar, and it just gave me the ick.
Okay.
the hybrid or the rockstar?
And you two, do you know each other?
We do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Okay,
we go
don't be
way
mysterious
back, way
now.
past the sardines.
Way past the sardines.
Okay, and look at that. What's the
Look at that.
difference?
Bringing people
Family
together.
reunion.
Exactly.
It really is.
Before we get into that,
Yes.
Scott Parker, what do you do at Woolworths for those of us who do not know?
So I am Product Development Manager for Culinary Innovation, Research and Development. So essentially, I have the privilege of looking after a team of talented chefs, and we get to play in the kitchen and come up with all the incredible food that hopefully ends up on shelf.
And an interesting journey from restaurants to retail. Not many people do that transition. Why was it so important for you to move from the stress of the restaurant kitchen to the stress of
And not just
the retail kitchen?
any restaurant kitchen.
Yeah.
2 stars, Midsummer House, head chef in the UK. And I mean, I would imagine that the Woolworths kitchen is much more high pressure.
You're just snacking in there.
Yeah, it's been such a journey. I've been so privileged to have worked with some of the best chefs in the world, and to be here for Woolworths working in my position. I get the privilege of working with incredibly talented chefs here and use my knowledge and skill set not just to produce great meals, but also to help shape and pave people's careers. I don't know, many of you know that we started a feeding scheme back at the beginning of COVID, and through that we work with the ICT, which is the Infinity Culinary Training School, and we help shape people's career there by giving them the opportunity to work within the feeding scheme. To date, we've cooked over 4 million meals, and we're one of the largest outreaches, all through Woolworths, and that's growing, and it's something that I can do as part of my skill set is to help grow and develop people. So it's such a privilege.
And you grow and develop products. I mean, product development sounds like the coolest job to have in the world, but I also can imagine it has its challenges. Let's put the sexy, cool side of the job aside and talk about what is very difficult about your job. What would you say?
I think some of the challenges really come where we want to produce the most delicious meals, but they have to be affordable, right? Yeah. So raw material prices are constantly going up. The challenge with all the challenges that we face, foot and mouth, the beef prices go up, the butter prices go up. So we have to continuously think of innovative ways to use ingredients, cook them and extract the most flavor out of them, but also make them affordable for our customer. Recently we've had a lot of social media comments around our pie price. I think it's a 70 Rand pie.
Yeah. Oh, yes. infamously.
Yes. Yeah,
Our worst guest is putting themselves in the cold seat.
Let's address the elephant in the room here. I mean, and really understand what that means to us is that, you know, when we develop, we think about everything that we do. So we start with the raw materials. So let's look at that part. So if it's an all butter puff pastry, I mean, butter, we now know foot and mouth, so the butter prices have gone up. You know, to get a really delicious, layered, crispy puff pastry, you need good quality butter. That costs money. Then there's people. We want labor. This country needs labor. You know, we need jobs. So there's handmade. These pies are physically handmade. Then you look at the beef that goes into it. It's free range. What does that mean? Great farming practices. You know, we've gone there all the way down the chain when we think about this thing. Not just a small amount of beef that goes into it. It's an abundant filling of beef. So when you buy into that pie, you've got this beautiful, juicy beef coming down. You know, so I mean, if I haven't sold that to you already, I mean, I don't know how else you're going to sell it.
I mean,
Take my 70 rand.
I'm listening to you, Scott, and it's also reminding me of how you have to also, you know, develop recipes. Are you also quite conscious of kind of ingredients and kind of the cost? I mean, the cost of a grocery bag these days, it's a lot for the regular person.
It really is.
And how do you take that into consideration when you are putting the recipes out that you do?
I think something as simple as this, right? Considering how the economy is at the moment, sardines were that. It was like, how can I introduce fish, which is loaded with so many benefits, but still make it affordable, right, to the daily household? Because people usually complain, we can't have salmon every day on the page.
It's a treat.
It's a treat, right? So I had to think about, okay, how do we elevate a simple can of sardines and then make it into the recipes that we spoke about? So it becomes really difficult because explaining to someone that, look, you want to buy the best can of sardines that you can't compromise on in terms of where you find your sardines. So for me, it's always that there's a trade-off between, yes, let's eat sardines, but where are we getting it? Is it the best quality?
Yes.
You know, and we're not compromising on what it is that we're putting into our bodies.
And there's so many questions around sustainability there and sourcing, and obviously Woolworths takes that very seriously. Yeah. But speaking of recipes, you're both cookbook authors on top of everything else that they do.
It's the perfect
perfect couple.
Perfect match, right?
You said it.
Speaking of, I mean, developing recipes for Woolworths, developing recipes for a social audience, how different is it to then developing recipes for a book?
I think personally, for me, it's about understanding your consumer. My cookbook was a diet book, so it's really understanding what that consumer wants to eat, and ultimately what you like to eat. You know, I love cooking good, hearty meals, lasagnas, moussakas. So how do you make those accessible to somebody who wants to be on a high-protein, low-carbohydrate diet? So that was sort of my standpoint of knowing that a lot of people that want to eat healthily don't understand what healthy eating is. Yeah. And, you know, I had this conversation with someone today, and I'm eating really low carbs and just loads of vegetables and protein. I'm like, oh, dude, like, you realize carbs are in vegetables.
Which one is it? Yeah.
So
you also need energy at some point.
100%.
Right?
So, and I sat with him and went through like a couple of examples. It was like, oh wow, okay. Yeah. So it's, for me, I love to educate. You know, we've both got social media platforms that we use and we utilize, and it's about education. You know, food is something that you share. You've built up such a beautiful community and around that, and I think it's so important that we use these platforms to be able to tell these stories.
Fantastic. Mmule, I mean, you guys have hundreds and hundreds of recipes. How do you decide what goes in the book versus what you leave on social media?
How do we edit?
Yeah.
How do we edit? Or we're just going to do like 37 books?
No, I usually ask people. So depending on what, so the first book, Feed My Tribe, that's an introduction to who? To me. No one knows me. Let's do an introduction. And all the recipes that I love that I'd recommend. So if you look at the first cookbook, it's about what would I eat on a simple day, right? And the chapters are that. It's a sexy salad, because at the time I was going through a journey of being a mother, trying to lose weight, and still trying to make salads beautiful, approachable, sexy, affordable.
Delicious.
So, yeah, and delicious, right? So my approach is always that, what would you want? Yes. And I usually ask people, hey, what do you want to see in my next book? And we have a conversation about that. And then I sit down, and when I write the recipes, I just elevate what it is that I like and other people want, and what people need at the time. So usually my books are around what is it that people need at the time, what is it that people are liking at the time, and what would work. I don't have a lot of traditional food in my recipe book because I felt like, so many people have already done it.
Doing that,
Let's not do it again. So I make food about try something new. Let's start eating salads as a Black community. And that's what I tried to do. I just tried elevating.
I'm glad you mentioned the Black community because I find that we are so stubborn in terms of discovering new things. We are very resistant.
Yeah.
And, you know, being in product development, being in recipes, do you find that you have to kind of figure out clever ways of kind of introducing adventurous recipes or new things, you know, on offer that people will gravitate towards, and you have to kind of fight for that thing, Scott?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I think,
try it.
Yeah. Woolworths have put out so many beautiful products over the years. And some of them you think, God, these are going to shoot the lights out. And 6 weeks later, you're having conversations about taking them off the shelf because they're not bought into. And everything has a time and a place. So it doesn't, just because it hasn't landed so well now, it may land really well in a year's time. And it really is, I mean, if we had a magic ball, we would obviously be the best and we'd be selling everything all the time. And it's slowly introducing customers to things, you know. So miso, if you go back 3 or 4 years ago or 5 years ago, everyone was like, what is miso? And now it's popping up in recipes as an ingredient, and it's kind of it's becoming a staple. And I think we're going to see more of that as this world becomes smaller, you know, the power of social media. Just being able to log on to TikTok or Instagram, all these ingredients are popping up, and now everybody's talking about things that, you know, when I started cooking, they were so foreign. You'd only ever see them in cookbooks or, you know, we had an encyclopedia you'd read. I'm not that old, but you know,
fine dining restaurants, you know.
You'd open the Roost, and that's where you'd see it. And I think it's so exciting now because the world has become so much smaller and everything really is accessible. We can get things delivered, you know, almost the same day, and you start to play and eat and enjoy, and that's really exciting.
Must be so satisfying when it lands and people are enjoying it.
Has there been anything that you thought was like a surefire, it's going to land, but it didn't?
Yeah, this is when I joined Woolies, I was a product development manager for prepared bakery and frozens, and we started working on this range of pouches. They were called Go pouches, and it was like super nutritious and, you know, a bit like your goo kind of vibe, but 100% natural. You know, it was just like, I was like, this is a no-brainer, guys. Like, why is no one doing this thing? And Zayan was the product developer at the time, and she was brilliant, and she put everything into it. And we got these pouches, and we had them there perfectly squeezable, so you could put them in your mountain bike and go up the mountain. Like, after the first week, we'd sold like 5. What is going on? I was like, don't worry, next week we'll pick up. It didn't. And then I got hold of a friend of mine, Men's Health. I was like, please, can you do an article of this thing? Because I've like pushed it for so much. And he did, and it still didn't take off. So we took it off. And like, I think a year later, the Long Life team relaunched them, and they actually do very well in the Long Life space now. And that's where they
You were just too ahead of the game.
You're too ahead of the time.
So I really wanted them to work. Now they kind of do. So,
Fair enough.
Now it's just a good story. It's a fun story. All right, we've got a quick fire round that we're going to play with the both of you. Don't think, just answer.
Yes. We're going to call it bite-sized answers.
You keep giving it a different name every time, but I love it. I love the creativity. All right, Scott, one ingredient you can't live without.
Salt.
Butter.
Ooh,
Girl,
good.
yes.
Good.
Solid answers.
Good.
all around.
Also, if there's...
Salted butter, unsalted.
Ooh. What are we making?
I've got salt, you have unsalted
I'll have
butter.
unsalted, it's fine.
Teamwork.
and I always buy, fun fact, always buy 2 at a time at Woolies.
Really?
Yeah, of
Hoarding
course.
butter.
There's that fantastic special.
On the deal. Stick in the freezer.
100%. What is your secret snack drawer confession?
What? Sorry?
Secret snack drawer?
He doesn't have secret snacks.
Secret snack
Can you see
drawer
it?
confession.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying.
Secret snack drawer confession.
Scripting needs work. Wait, still here.
Look at
What
me.
is your
I think I snack.
Spinach.
What's that?
What is your
The
guilty
work desk?
pleasure?
Gee whiz, my guilty pleasure, a Negroni.
Okay, all right. What's in your snack drawer? I
What
know.
is just giving the biggest eye roll for anyone listening? I feel like it needs to be said.
Definitely smoked mussels.
Okay.
Sims, what's in yours?
Ooh. I love my peanut chuckles.
Okay.
You know, I love my peanut
Yeah.
chuckles. So those are definitely in there. And I love a little Woolies dip, or whatever dip. Sometimes it's hummus, sometimes it's the feta dip, and then whatever chips I'm enjoying at the time.
Solid. Very
I could go on and on,
Yeah.
but I feel as though
completely.
we'd be here for long.
You?
Recently, this year, they've launched these tiny little, like, 4-teaspoon tiramisus.
Yeah.
They're just
yes.
fantastic.
Anything tiramisu from Woolworths is like,
Yeah.
top to that cake.
The cake,
Oh,
too.
fantastic.
I need that cake in slices.
Like,
because-
give it.
Yes.
All right.
So much for quick finances.
I know. We got lost in desserts. And one Woolies product you wish you invented, actually.
Or rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Wish.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And for you? Oh, you're gonna say the
no,
sorry.
no. The crispy onions.
Okay, the crispy
solid.
yes.
Great choice.
Crispy onions.
Good choice.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of that segment.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is time for Scott to get into the cold seat.
So Mmule, the cold seat is basically the segment where we put our Woolies person in a precarious position because they have to answer the tough questions. You know how cold Woolies is.
Yes, freezing.
It's freezing in there. We love their cold system.
What does Woolworths need to get right in the next 5 years to survive its competitors?
I believe we need to get better at telling our stories. I think that we take a lot of stick for things that consumers don't understand. So the pie is a good example. There's many examples like that. And I don't think we tell our stories around what we do well enough, because I think if people really understood about the level of detail that we go to and how we look after the people that farm, that work behind the scenes, that are really on the ground level. Our store staff get paid way more than minimum wage. Those sorts of things, if people knew all of that, it would kind of make a bit more sense to them. So telling our stories is really important. I mean, obviously
This helps.
Yeah.
fantastic platform for it. But it's the day-to-day, and there's a huge narrative, Woolies is so expensive, and it's like, well, actually, if you look at the average basket price, we're not that much more expensive than competitors.
Yeah.
And if we are, look at why, the quality of our ingredients, how much longer they last, there's reasons behind everything, and it's not just because, we don't make loads of money, it's we produce great quality food. So for me, it's about telling our stories.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we will keep on trying to do that as best we can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you both for joining us. It has been a raucously delicious episode.
It has been so much fun. And now, Scott, we're besties now.
We are.
Yeah.
Watch out, Steve.
Welcome to the club.
You're going to be ousted.
Oh.
Make room.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful getting to know the both of you and what you do and what makes you great. And so that concludes What's the Difference this week.
It does indeed. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, subscribe, and share. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you have a question for our Woolworths guests, please drop it in the comment. It helps with our engagement.
It does.
Thank
See
you.
you soon.
Till next time.
Bye-bye.